As thousands of stone guardians advanced toward Konoha, panic spread across the village. But the real danger wasn't their size, it was the fact that they were impossible to kill. The village alarms echoed through every street. Shinobi rushed to defensive positions. Children were evacuated underground. Even the veterans who had survived the Fourth Great Ninja War felt uneasy. Outside Konoha's walls stood an army unlike anything they had ever seen. Thousands of giant stone warriors. Their eyes glowed with ancient purple light. Each one was taller than a Susanoo. And they were marching in complete silence. No battle cries. No emotion. Only purpose. Back at the temple, Naruto's golden eye suddenly showed him a vision. He could see Konoha from miles away. Every guardian. Every movement. Every chakra flow. The power of the Eye of Origin was growing. Tsunade noticed Naruto staring into empty space. What is it? Naruto's expression darkened. They're not attacking. Everyone froze. Arashi looked confused. What? Naruto pointed toward the horizon. They're searching. Aurelia immediately understood. No. For the first time, genuine fear appeared in her eyes. They found the signal. Naruto turned toward her. What signal? Aurelia looked directly at Naruto's glowing eye. You. The chamber fell silent. Then the temple shook violently. A deafening roar echoed across the mountains. Everyone rushed outside. The sky itself had changed. A massive crack stretched across the heavens. Purple lightning surged through it. Something enormous was trying to enter their world. Naruto felt the strange voice inside him speak again. The prison is breaking. Meanwhile, near Konoha, Kakashi stood atop the village wall. Beside him were Sakura, Shikamaru, Rock Lee, Gaara, and dozens of elite shinobi. The first guardian finally reached the gates. It raised a stone sword larger than a building. Then brought it down. Boom. The entire battlefield exploded. Dust covered the horizon. When the smoke cleared, the guardian was gone. Not destroyed. Cut in half. Everyone stared in disbelief. Standing before the village was a lone figure. Black cloak. Long dark hair. Golden eyes. Naruto. He had arrived instantly using a power he didn't even understand. The army stopped moving. Every guardian turned toward him. Thousands of glowing eyes locked onto a single target. Naruto. Then all of them dropped to one knee. The battlefield became completely silent. Even Aurelia couldn't believe what she was seeing. Because the guardians weren't preparing to attack. They were bowing. And their leader's voice thundered across the world. Welcome back, Lord Aetherion. The moment the guardians bowed before Naruto, the entire world changed. Because the name they spoke wasn't Naruto Uzumaki. It was the name of someone who had existed long before the shinobi era began. The battlefield fell silent. Thousands of guardians remained on one knee. Not a single one moved. Not a single one attacked. Naruto stared at them in confusion. I am not Aetherion. The leader of the guardians slowly raised his head. His glowing purple eyes locked onto Naruto. You carry his soul. The words hit everyone like a thunderbolt. Kakashi froze. Sakura looked shocked. Even Gaara's expression darkened. Inside Naruto's mind, Kurama growled. Something is wrong. Naruto clenched his fists. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. The guardian nodded. And Aetherion once said the same thing. Before Naruto could respond, the crack in the sky expanded. Purple lightning erupted across the horizon. Entire mountains trembled. The air itself became heavier. Then, a giant hand emerged from the crack. Not human. Not Otsutsuki. Something far older. Its size dwarfed entire mountain ranges. Every shinobi on the battlefield felt despair. The creature hadn't fully entered reality. Yet its presence alone made people collapse to their knees. Tsunade felt it from miles away. Aurelia's face turned pale. No. Arashi looked terrified. It escaped. Naruto immediately turned toward them. What escaped? Aurelia's voice trembled. The Devourer. The name alone seemed to shake the world. Thousands of years ago, before history was recorded, a cosmic entity appeared from another dimension. It consumed chakra, worlds, civilizations, everything. Entire planets vanished. Aetherion was the one who stopped it. Not by killing it, but by sealing it beyond reality itself. And now, the seal was breaking. Back above Konoha, the enormous hand pushed further through the crack. The sky shattered like glass. People screamed. Animals fled. The oceans themselves began rising. Then something impossible happened. Naruto's golden eye activated on its own. A beam of golden light shot into the heavens. The entire world was illuminated. Ancient symbols appeared across the sky. The guardians immediately lowered their heads. They recognized the power. Aurelia recognized it too. Tears formed in her eyes. For the first time in thousands of years. She smiled. Aetherion. Naruto suddenly saw memories that weren't his. A colossal battlefield among the stars. Countless worlds burning. An ancient warrior covered in golden light. Standing alone against the Devourer. And that warrior had Naruto's face. Naruto staggered backward. His heart raced. His breathing became uneven. Because deep inside his soul, he already knew the truth. The memories were real. And somewhere beyond the breaking sky, something had finally recognized him. A voice echoed across reality itself. Ancient. Endless. Hungry. I found you, Aetherion. The giant hand began reaching toward Earth. And this time, the seal was no longer strong enough to stop it. The giant hand reaching through the sky should have destroyed the world. Yet the moment Naruto raised his glowing palm, time itself seemed to hesitate. Golden symbols spread across the heavens. The massive hand froze. Not stopped. Frozen. As if reality itself was struggling to decide who held authority. The Devourer's roar echoed through every dimension. Mountains cracked. Oceans surged. The moon trembled. Yet Naruto remained standing. Alone. At the center of it all. Inside his mind, the strange voice returned. You are remembering. Naruto clenched his fists. No, I'm Naruto. The voice laughed softly. And so was he. Suddenly another flood of memories struck him. A battlefield among the stars. Entire galaxies burning. Armies of cosmic monsters. And standing before them, Aetherion. Not a king. Not a god. A guardian. The first guardian. The protector chosen by the chakra tree itself. Naruto dropped to one knee. The memories felt too real. Too personal. Meanwhile, Aurelia watched silently. Tears filled her eyes. For thousands of years she had searched for hope. And now she was seeing him again. Or at least, a fragment of him. Then something impossible happened. One of the kneeling guardians stood up. Unlike the others, his stone body was cracked and ancient. Purple light leaked from every fracture. He slowly approached Naruto. The entire army moved aside, making a path. The guardian stopped before Naruto. Then removed his helmet. Everyone gasped. Because beneath the stone was a human face. Ancient. Weathered. Alive. The old warrior dropped to one knee. My lord. Naruto looked confused. Who are you? The guardian smiled sadly. I was your first student. Silence. Even Aurelia froze. The old warrior's name was Orion. 10,000 years ago he had fought beside Aetherion against the Devourer. But unlike his master, he survived. At a terrible cost. To preserve the seal, Orion and his army allowed themselves to be transformed into eternal stone guardians. Protectors that would never age. Never rest. Never die. For 10,000 years they had waited. Watching. Searching. Hoping. For Aetherion's return. Orion looked at Naruto. The seal is collapsing. Naruto nodded. I know. The old guardian shook his head. No. His expression darkened. You don't. Then Orion pointed toward the sky. Everyone followed his gaze. The crack wasn't growing anymore. It was opening. Like an eye. A gigantic eye. Purple and endless. Looking directly at Earth. The Devourer was no longer trying to enter. It was already here. Aurelia immediately understood. Her face turned pale. We're too late. Suddenly every guardian on the battlefield stood at attention. Thousands of warriors. Thousands of weapons. Thousands of glowing eyes. Preparing for war. The final war. Then Orion revealed the truth that shattered everyone's hope. The Devourer isn't coming for humanity. Naruto frowned. Then what does it want? The old guardian looked directly into Naruto's golden eye. And whispered. It wants you. Far beyond the sky, the cosmic eye blinked. And Naruto felt something looking back. Something that remembered him. Something that hated him. The gigantic purple eye hanging above Earth stared directly at Naruto. Across the battlefield, nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Because everyone could feel it. The final chapter had begun. The sky was no longer a sky. It had become a wound. A crack in reality stretching from horizon to horizon. Purple lightning poured endlessly from it. And within that darkness, the Devourer watched. Naruto stood alone beneath its gaze. For the first time in his life, he felt truly small. Yet he didn't step back. He never had. He never would. Orion slowly approached him. My lord, the time has come. Naruto clenched his fists. Stop calling me that. Orion smiled sadly. That answer proves you're worthy. Suddenly the Eye of Origin activated. Golden symbols exploded around Naruto. The battlefield vanished. The world disappeared. Naruto found himself standing in a sea of stars. And before him stood a man. Golden cloak. Golden eyes. The same face. His face. Aetherion. The original. The first guardian. Naruto stared silently. Aetherion smiled. You took your time. Naruto frowned. So you're me. Aetherion laughed. No. He pointed at Naruto. You are you. Then he pointed at himself. And I am a memory. The stars around them shifted. Showing countless worlds. Worlds protected. Worlds lost. Worlds consumed. Aetherion's smile slowly faded. The Devourer cannot be killed. Naruto's heart sank. Then how did you stop it? The ancient guardian looked away. I became its prison. Silence. Naruto froze. Suddenly everything made sense. The seal. The guardians. The waiting. The search. Aetherion hadn't defeated the Devourer. He had sacrificed himself. For eternity. Naruto looked down. There has to be another way. Aetherion's expression softened. That's exactly what I said. The stars trembled. The Devourer's voice echoed across dimensions. It was getting closer. Much closer. Aetherion stepped forward. There is a choice. Naruto immediately looked up. What choice? The ancient guardian raised his hand. A glowing sphere appeared. Inside it was Konoha, Tsunade, Kakashi, Sakura, everyone. If you accept my power completely. Naruto felt the energy radiating from it. Endless. Limitless. Enough to challenge gods. Enough to save the world. But Aetherion's next words froze him. You will stop being Naruto. Silence. The sphere shattered. Naruto understood instantly. His memories. His personality. His dreams. Everything. Gone. Only Aetherion would remain. The perfect guardian. The perfect protector. The perfect sacrifice. Aetherion watched quietly. Waiting. No pressure. No lies. Just truth. Then another image appeared. Tsunade. Standing alone. Refusing to abandon him. Searching for him. Believing in him. Even now. Naruto smiled. A small smile. The same smile he'd worn since childhood. Then he looked directly at Aetherion. And answered. No. The ancient guardian froze. Naruto's smile widened. I'm not your replacement. The stars shook. Golden light erupted across the void. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. The Eye of Origin blazed brighter than ever before. And for the first time in thousands of years, Aetherion began to laugh. Not out of mockery. Not out of anger. But pride. Because Naruto had just done something no guardian had ever done. He rejected destiny itself. Naruto had rejected destiny. He refused to become Aetherion. Yet the moment he made that choice, something impossible happened. The Eye of Origin evolved. The battlefield trembled. The purple eye in the sky widened. The Devourer had expected Aetherion. Instead, it found Naruto. A human. An unpredictable human. And that terrified it. Golden energy exploded from Naruto's body. Not borrowed power. Not Kurama's chakra. Not Aetherion's strength. For the first time, it was Naruto's own power. Across the battlefield every guardian looked up. Orion smiled. A new guardian has been born. The Eye of Origin transformed. Naruto's golden eye split into countless glowing patterns. Ancient symbols rotated around his body. The heavens shook. Even the crack in reality began healing. The Devourer roared. For the first time in 10,000 years. It felt fear. Meanwhile, Tsunade rushed onto the battlefield. Ignoring everyone's warnings. Ignoring the danger. Ignoring the apocalypse above her. Because she saw only one thing. Naruto. Covered in wounds. Standing alone. Again. The same way he always had. Tsunade reached him and grabbed his arm. You're not doing this alone. Naruto smiled. Took you long enough. Tsunade punched his shoulder. Even during the end of the world. Some things never changed. Aurelia watched them quietly. Then she laughed. A genuine laugh. After thousands of years, humanity still had hope. Maybe she had been wrong. Maybe the world didn't need to be reset. Maybe it simply needed people like Naruto. The Devourer suddenly descended. Its gigantic form finally emerged from the crack. Entire continents shook. Storms swallowed oceans. Mountains collapsed. The true body of the Devourer was larger than the moon itself. Every shinobi froze. Every guardian prepared for battle. But Naruto stepped forward. Alone. The Devourer looked directly at him. Aetherion. Naruto shook his head. No. Golden light exploded across the sky. Naruto Uzumaki. The final battle began. Thousands of guardians charged. Aurelia unleashed her full power. Kurama roared. Tsunade activated the evolved 100 seal. And Naruto flew directly toward the Devourer. The collision of their powers lit up the entire planet. For a moment, night became day. The world saw a golden star bloom in the heavens. And then, everything went silent. The light swallowed reality itself. The light faded. The explosions stopped. The roaring skies fell silent. For one terrifying moment, nobody knew who had won. The battlefield was gone. Mountains had vanished. The clouds themselves had been burned away. Only a single figure remained floating in the heavens. Naruto. His golden chakra flickered weakly. Below him, the Devourer was breaking apart. Cracks spread across its enormous body. Purple energy leaked from every wound. The creature stared at Naruto. Not with hatred. Not with rage. But disbelief. For the first time in countless ages. It had been defeated. Naruto lowered his hand. His breathing became heavy. The eye of origin was fading. Its purpose fulfilled. Far below, Tsunade watched. Something felt wrong. Very wrong. Then Naruto smiled. The same warm smile he always had. And Tsunade instantly understood. No. Her voice trembled. No. Naruto. Aurelia closed her eyes. Orion lowered his head. Every guardian knew the truth. The final seal required a price. The Devourer could never truly die. Only be imprisoned. And Naruto had already made his choice. Golden chains erupted from his body. They wrapped around the collapsing Devourer. The creature struggled. Reality itself shook. But the chains held firm. Naruto looked toward Earth. Toward Konoha. Toward everyone he loved. Toward Tsunade. She was already running. Desperately. Ignoring the destruction around her. Trying to reach him. Trying to stop him. But she was too late. Naruto gently touched her forehead with 2 fingers. The way he always had. Even across the distance. A small stream of chakra carried his final words. Don't cry. Tsunade's eyes filled with tears. You promised we'd grow old together. Naruto laughed softly. I know. The chains tightened. The Devourer's roar echoed across the universe. The prison was closing. Naruto's body slowly dissolved into golden light. Yet he never looked afraid. Because for the first time since this nightmare began, the world was safe. Kurama appeared beside him. A giant orange silhouette. The fox smirked. Still getting yourself into impossible situations. Naruto grinned. Wouldn't be me otherwise. Together they stepped into the seal. The final gate closed. The heavens healed. The crack vanished. The storm disappeared. Silence returned to the world. For a long moment, nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Then sunlight broke through the clouds. A new dawn. Months later, the Guardians returned to their eternal rest. Aurelia chose to protect humanity once more. Orion finally found peace. And atop the Hokage monument stood Tsunade. Older. Wiser. Still wearing the necklace Naruto once gave her. Every year she visited the same place. Every year she looked toward the sky. Because she remembered his promise. And one evening, a small golden star suddenly appeared above Konoha. Brighter than any other. Tsunade smiled through her tears. Because deep in her heart, she knew, somewhere beyond the stars, Naruto Uzumaki was still watching over them. And he always would. But far beyond the sealed dimension, Naruto suddenly opened his eyes, and found himself standing before an unfamiliar blue planet. A planet where chakra did not exist. And waiting for him was a silver-haired warrior who smiled and said, "Welcome to the multiverse, Naruto."